Hello there team, Steve back with you here. Today we're going to be talking about carbohydrates. And carbohydrates make up a large portion of our nutrition and they are considered a macronutrient. Remember macronutrients, there's three main ones that we talk about and we're going to discuss in this little challenge. We've got proteins, we've got fats, and we've got carbohydrates. Okay, carbohydrates make up the bulk of a lot of our diets. Carbohydrates we can get from fruits, vegetables, whole grains are the main ones that we get carbohydrates from. But there are also some other sources that we can actually get carbs from. Because as we mentioned, macronutrients, it can be a mixture of each. So something can have both proteins and carbohydrates in them. And they can have fats and carbohydrates in them. But today we're mostly going to be talking about the foods that are flat carbohydrates. We consider this to be fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. So what's great about carbohydrates to start off with? Firstly, the fiber content in them. So fiber is very, very important for digestion. And we can get the bulk of our fiber through carbohydrates. As for a goal, we're after about 20 to 40 grams of fiber a day, getting that through fruits, vegetables, and some whole grains. Secondly, we've got to weigh up what is a good and bad carbohydrate. And you may have heard about the bad carbohydrates. We know of them. We can think of them. Pizza, biscuits, lollies, all this stuff is A, delicious, but B, not so great for us. Doesn't have many nutrients for the amount of calories that it has. Whereas something like fruits and vegetables, these are considered our good carbohydrates. What generally defines good versus bad with nutrition is the amount of nutrient density, so the amount of nutrients that it has per calorie. So if you think about kale or spinach, lots and lots of nutrients, very little calories. Okay, so more bang for your buck essentially. But then you've got foods that have lots and lots of energy or calories and not many nutrients. Okay, or your prepackaged meals here. This is, or prepackaged foods. This is things like biscuits, sweets, lollies, chips. All of this stuff has a lot of calories and not many nutrients. But the thing about it is, it's very easy to overeat these foods. It's very easy to eat those foods that are high in calories and low in nutrients. It's like a cruel trick of nature. Whereas those that are low in calories and high in nutrients, for example, 50 grams of broccoli, if you have that, then you're probably not going to feel like anything else. It's very satiating. So the reason for that as well is the fiber content that's in the food. As soon as you inject fiber into a food, it creates a thermic effect in the body. A thermic effect is kind of like the metabolic rate that's constantly going in the body. So the more fiber we have, the more it turns up the thermic effect, the greater level the satiation. Whereas if your diet is mostly from junk food or processed food, not much fiber there, and if there isn't, they might have even grabbed it from an artificial source and put it in, then it's very, very easy to overeat that sort of diet. So that's a general gist of what we should be aiming for with carbohydrates, getting them from whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. I hope you've learned something about fiber today. I'm going to be back with you next time talking about dietary fat. Thank you.